Right here is an original Peanut strip. I got to meet Charles Schulz.
Oh, that's cool.
It's kind of intimidating meeting someone that famous. When you're a cartoonist, everyone has these same kind of experiences. Even someone that huge has the same experience. I hear you've been cartooning and you're already in a newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't in a newspaper till I was in my late 20s. You're way ahead of the game.
Thank you.
I was looking at some of your stuff online, which was really funny and cute. I liked that you had your own phrase. What was it? Weird beef or something like that? Kind of like good grief or something.
Yeah.
Tell me about your characters in your strip.
So this is me.
Oh, you influenced by Charles Schulz?
Yeah.
Peanuts? Me too.
My mom made these cool books and saved all of them. That's my friend.
Mm-hmm.
That's my other friend. That's my cousin, and that's my sister.
What do they think about being in your strip?
They thought it was really cool. They asked me to bring some newspapers so they could see themselves in the comics.
Oh, that's great.
So it was really cool. How do you get your inspiration?
Things that happened to me. I have a cat. He gives me a lot of inspiration. I do a lot of cat cartoons. What kind of activities do you have?
Taekwondo, theater. I do show choir, scouts, band.
Wow. Where do you have time to do cartooning?
The weekend.
Well, I hope you use all those things in your strip. I mean, those sound like great places to get inspired. Like the more you do, the more knowledge you have, the more jokes you can make. People ask me, do you think you had to go to college to be a cartoonist? I was like, probably not, but it helped because of all the things I was exposed to. It just gives me more things to joke about. Anything you can be exposed to. If you travel, if you do all the activities you do, different people you meet, conversations you have, it all kind of feeds in to what you can make jokes about. What is something that, you always have fun drawing?
People.
You like people?
Because they're the easiest to draw.
Yeah. I like animals, cats and dogs mostly.
Yeah.
They just come out of the pen. When I was your age, I didn't like to draw people. I had trouble kind of getting people the way I wanted them, and they would look like they were off balance when they were standing up. I like how you've kind of adopted the Charles Schulz thing. You draw the kids really squat and short. That solves a lot of problems. You don't need a lot of space, and you don't have to worry about these long arms and long legs and everything. When did you first start drawing? I mean, do you remember?
I was in first grade because I liked reading the Captain Underpants books and the Dogman books. And it was cool because they were drawing comic books. I wanted to do that, so I started making comic books. In fourth grade, I had this teacher named Mr. Benson. He put on jazz music. It was the Peanuts theme. One time, I'm like, oh, it's the Charlie Brown song. I did more research. I found out it was a comic strip. And then I asked my mom, can you buy me this Peanuts book? It inspired me to draw comic strips.
That's a great story because that Peanut strip used to be everywhere. Yeah, the name of the song is Linus and Lucy.
Yeah, Linus and Lucy.
It's one of the catchiest songs. You can't be in a bad mood when that song comes on. I got to meet Charles Schulz.
Oh, that's cool.
Back in the day, because I'm a member of the National Cartoonist Society. Especially then, a lot of the major cartoonists would go. It's kind of intimidating meeting someone that famous, it's hard to even know what to say. Someone mentions something about, maybe you could have the same feeling when you look back at drawings you did 2 years ago. You're like, oh, those are terrible. So I said something like that in front of Charles Schulz. I was like, yeah, I look at my old drawings and they're so bad. And he goes, I know, isn't it terrible? He was agreeing about his old drawings, which are fabulous, by the way. I've never seen a bad drawing by him. But it was kind of that connection of when you're a cartoonist, everyone has these same kind of experiences.
What is your writing process?
I usually go to a cafe and I'll see if I can find it. I have it right here. I'll bring a sketchbook and you can just see all the kind of scribbles and little sketches, and I ideas that might not mean anything to anyone except me. So I'm just doing very rough things, and hopefully I'll come up with, some ideas, some solid ideas, and then I'll come home. Keep that going. Keep cartooning as, a relevant, enjoyable thing, and so I'm always excited when I know that kids are really into it, because that's who I was too.